Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a project idea for you guys. This specific book, for this project, the book may vary, if that makes sense. Like I'm using eastern forests. If you live in Arizona, unless you just want to see what's out there to compare, you don't need eastern forests. You need the Southwest, or Arizona specifically. Eastern forest is not going to take care of you, but it works well for me. This is my area. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to duplicate one of the leather bound models that I've seen around. I've never got to hold one, but it just has a classic leather bound look to it. It's real snazzy. This is normally how you get them, these Petersons. This is an older one, but these cover everything from plants to trees, insects, birds, different ecosystems within the forest themselves. Lots of good stuff. There's another one that's called Eastern Woodlands, as I believe. Another one. This is a newer model here, but it's the same thing. Peterson's guides. Now this specific one you can get for between $3 and $5 on Amazon used, or eBay used, and $15.99 right there, brand new. So, and they're gently used, but I don't mind repurposing or breathing life back into books that are going to be just sitting somewhere. I think this works good. But for the naturalist side of enjoying the outdoors, this works for me in my area. So what I would do is I would get these books, and then so they have almost like a rubber poly coated material on the outside. It sure helps with exposure to the elements, but I'll go over the whole thing like this, and just I'll go one way, and I'm sure there's other ways of doing this. You can probably find really nice ways of having it done if you go to YouTube and just search how to cover a book. There's probably way nicer and easier ways than the way that I do it, but this is just how I had tried it. And I try to get just a bunch of the book, so they all intersect here like a crosshatch all over. You can see how much stuff come off of that, just that little bit there. But anyway, this 90-degree spine just works well. You could use sandpaper or a card scraper, or a cabinet scraper, which is a card scraper. And I'm going to end up covering this one, so I'm going to just go ahead and do it. But I think I'm going to do something weird with this one. I think I want to put like a strange cover. Maybe not so much just plain leather. I got another one that was some antique leather. It looks really nice, but there must have been some sort of treatment on the leather on one side because my glue didn't stick to it very well, which was really strange to me because normally the glue that I use holds good. I use clear Gorilla Glue or that E3000, whatever it is. It's like shoe glue, like that stuff. You could glue about anything together with that. But okay, after you scratched it all up, you pick whatever cover that you would like to use. And then the way that I do it is I leave my cover big, and I'll come back and trim it after it's done. And this works for me. You guys may not like it like that, but I think that it works well that way. And I take and I stand it on its end. I have a piece of wood that I made that's kind of shaped like an L, and I'll take and clamp it like this to the L to the side so it stands upright like this. And I glue the spine first. And you can take and you can put it up against something and lay something heavy on the top. If you have a piece of wood like an L, you can take and put a 1x4 on top and screw it down so it puts pressure on this top. And I let the top dry, the spine dry first. Then, after that's dry, I coat both of the page sides and just get it as, just see how square it is. And get it as flat as I can. And I have a little wooden reinforced plywood table that during the spring and the summer is what lives on top of our wood heater, so it just gives us more space in the kitchen for things. And I'll lay this flat on a couple pieces of newspaper or a magazine or something, just so it doesn't put weird shapes in the leather from the OSB. I have it's a piece of flooring that I put on top, and then I have 2 old cast iron irons. I put them on top, and I had an anvil that I also set on top of it, and I just let it dry. So it'd be overnight, and I let it remain with pressure on it until I got home from work the next day. So you're looking at close to 24 hours of being glued. And once you come back and get it, there's going to be glue that seeps out of in places like down here. You can see here, for example, where I had some that had glued to, it had come out and glued it together. You just have tofu, crazy rascal, that scared the hell out of me. You have to go through and use your finger and separate the pages like this after that's done. But you end up with a fun, personalized copy of the book. And I went and I poked a hole in the spine before I had put it together, and I inserted a piece of green leather into it, so I had a bookmark that lives on it all the time, just to have that in there. And I did have a piece of snakeskin in here someplace too, but I may have took it out or something. But pretty neat. Like I said, it's not a something that everybody wants to do. Makes me sad to mess up a book, but I'm not really, in my opinion, I'm not messing these guys up. It's something cool that you can give to a friend, or just have a pretty epic custom book that you can take out at shows and classes and stuff. It's pretty neat. I thought about going back and getting like a veg tan one and putting a thin veg tan on, and taking in and doing some of the butcher, no sir, wetting it and doing some of the I don't know what you call it, the designs in the leather. I don't actually know what you call that, I guess, but I figured I could do some fun stuff. I could make one of the edges like a ruler. You know, that would be cool. You know, just put the title on it or something. A tree, catfish or a crawfish, or just something, you know. And then that veg tan would patina over time, which would look pretty cool. Or you could stain it or do whatever you wanted to and still have the designs in it. But the possibilities, there's lots of ways that you can do this. I may actually look into having one done by a professional, just to, you know, see how it looks. It'd be cool if I could go and watch them do it. That'd be neat. But anyway, guys, how to put a leather cover on a field guide. Pretty simple. Later.